So now we are going to continue with our styling section. Okay, so first of all, I have made some few changes in my website, like that I have added this about me heading tag, then my projects heading, and I have changed those pictures too. But that will not make any change in while building any website, that you can change too. So now I'll be heading towards my section, towards my VS Code, and I am going to first of all, okay, so first of all, I am going to uh, add the style sheet. I am going to link my style sheet with my HTML. So how can I do that? I will be using link rel style sheet. Okay, STYLESALT, and let's say the href equals to dot slash sorry index dot css. Okay, fine, I will be saving it and I will be moving here, and now I am going to split this screen so that it will be easier for me to understand and make the changes. So now you can see that my HTML is connected with CSS. Okay, so first of all, I will be heading towards my navigation bar and make the changes. Okay, so first of all, I will be moving towards portfolio, and inside my portfolio, the navigation bar is present. Okay, now what I want to do in my inside my navigation bar, I want to create a background color, and at the same time I want to place these two class side by side. So for that, what I will be using, I will be using the famous attribute, that is display flex, display flex direction is row, and okay, so save it, and let's set the background color to blue, or one second, okay, fine. Okay, I'm saving it and I am refreshing my page. So you can see that the background color is being applied and all my contents are being moved side by side. But now one thing, if you make a close look, that I'm increasing my screen, you can see that in default a margin is being applied in my website. So I have to first remove that margin. So how can I do that? I will be using this tag, that is body tag, and inside that body tag I will be setting this margin to 0, and I will be refreshing this page. And if I refresh this page again, so you can see that margin, that what the default margin was there, they have been removed. Now I am going to bring back to my same size. Okay, now what can I do? I have to first now, as you can see that I have to give a space in both of my in both of this class. So for that I will be using this attribute, that is justify content, that is space around. Okay, if I refresh this page, so you can see that the space is being maintained. And now what can I do? I will, as you can see that my portfolio and this um, other class is not in the same level. So I have to bring them to the same position, or in the other words, we can say that I have to bring them to the same, to at the center of each other. So I will be using this tag align item center, and let me refresh this page. Okay, so you can see that the items is being aligned in the center. Now I have to, now as you can see that the links that are present here is having the boolean dots, so I have to remove these boolean dots, and at the same time the anchor tag is having an underline, so I have to remove that too. So how can I do that? So for that I will be using I will be heading towards my navigation bar, and inside my navigation bar we are having the links class, and inside the link class we are having the unordered list, and I want to move the and okay, and inside this unordered list I have the list, and I have to remove the boolean dots inside the list. So for that I will be using a list style type, that is none, and now I will be removing the underline tag, underline in the anchor tag. So for that I will be moving on to anchor tag, and now I will be changing to text decoration, that is none. Fine. Okay, so I will be removing it. So now as you can see that the line is being removed, and the color and the boolean dots have also been removed. Now I want to change the color of all these things. So for that I will be using color to white, and also I will be mentioning here color to white. Okay, so I will refresh this page again. So you can see that the color is changed. Now the unordered list, or we can say all the list I want to bring all the lists side by side. So for this I will be using the same thing, that is display flex. So I will be just heading towards display and to my unordered list, and we'll be writing display flex, sorry again, flex direction row and align item center. Okay. Okay, so as you can see that the items are being aligned at my center, and but one problem is that you can see that there are no space between all the list. So there are two ways I can add the space in my list. So first way is by using the same thing as I have mentioned, that using NDSP, the default space in HTML, but I will be not be using that thing. So use some other method. Suppose if I inspect my page and go to my navigation bar, navigation class, and move to my link, so you can see that the width of the link is around 226, as you can see the 226 pixel. So that's too less, and because of that reason all the list items are not adjusting with its space. So for that I have to increase the width of the link section. So I will be moving on to my links, and and moving on to my UL tag and change the width. So let's say the width is 500 pixel. Okay, and let's say I am changing this also content, justify content space around. Okay, so now you can see that the space have been applied in my in my list, and now it's looking better than that. Now I want to give a margin and padding inside my I want to give a padding in my navigation tab. So for that I will be moving on to my navigation, and I will be giving padding 20 pixel. Fine. And if I cross this and refresh my page, so you can see that padding is being applied, and now it's looking good. Okay, so we have made our navigation part. Now we are going to head towards our profile section. So in profile section, as you can, so first of all we will move to our um, about part, and I will be moving towards my heading part. And as you can see that there are the two components in my heading part, that is this one and this picture. So I want to move these two components side by side as our navigation bar. So for that, as I have mentioned, that I will be first head towards portfolio, and inside portfolio I will be going towards where my one second, where my profile tag is present. Okay, I will be moving on to my profile tag, um, and inside my profile, what I am going to change. Okay, inside my profile I am going to be moving towards heading class, and inside heading, first let me decrease the size of the image. Inside heading there is a profile um, photo, mm, and inside profile photo there is an image, and I am going to set the size of the image to 300 pixel and width to 300 pixel, and border radius, sorry, and border radius to 50%. Okay, so just refresh this page, and okay, and now I am going to set my display flex. Okay, just refresh this page. Yes, so you can see that maybe because of the size of the image the problem was going on, but now as you can see that all the things are being set. And now what I can do, um, I have to align this to center. Okay, so let me align that item to my center. Align items, center, and just refresh my page, and okay, now with let's say the width is 100%, and sorry, and justify content space between, fine, and let's move this and just refresh my page. Okay, so you can see that all the items is being set to my center, and positioned by side. Now I can see that there are no space around this heading class. So I want to add some margin and padding inside this heading class. So what I have to do, I have to just move towards my profile, and inside profile I am going to add a margin and a padding. So I am going to set margin to let's say 40 pixel, and padding to um, let's say 30 pixel, and just save it and refresh my page. Yes, so you can see that now it is somewhat looking better than the previous one. Okay, so let me erase this. Okay, now what can I do? um, Now I have to make change in my heading section. So what change can I bring? First of all I have to increase the, okay, first of all I'm thinking to give a background, sorry, to give a border to my picture so that it can be be justified, easily be differentiated from the rest. So for that I will be using border, let's say let's say 2 pixel solid, and the color is suppose gray. Okay, now refresh this page. So you can see that color is being a border is being made. And why it is circle? Uh, because I have added a attribute that is border radius. So what does a border radius do? As the name suggests, um, adjust the radius, or we can say the external width of that content. So let's say it will adjust the shape of that content. Let's say suppose I instead of 50% I give 20%, and you can, if I refresh this page, you can see that it becomes um, square form. And if I just move on to again 50%, so you can see that it will again become circle. Fine. Now I want to add a shadow to my picture. So for adding shadow to my picture, I will be using this attribute box shadow, and let's say the shadow will be 2 pixel, that is in the right side, 2 pixel in the button, and 5 pixel, that is going to be blur. And what type of color you are going to give gray. So let's refresh this page. Okay, so you can see that our box shadow is being applied so that it can, and our image is looking highlighted. Now I want to change this design of my text. You can see that it's looking too much odd, or uh, it's looking not so good. And at the same time you can see that uh, for my navigation also, the text, the font size or the style of my text are not looking good. So how can I make this good? So for that I will be moving on to my Google fonts. So I will be moving on to my Google font. Okay, so I have moved on to my Google fonts, and I will be clicking on this first image, and then I will be moving to fonts. So why we apply Google fonts in our website? So this Google fonts provides a large number of font families that we can add in our website or any mobile app if we are building on, and it will make our text more highlighted and will look pretty much beautiful than it was before. So I will be selecting a type of fonts. Let's say I am selecting, one second. Um, it's not looking nice. Okay, one second. So let's suppose I have selected, sorry, railway. Okay, so suppose I have selected this font, and I will click on this, and it will, and then I have to select the size and the style of the fonts that I want. Suppose I want this regular 400 pixel. So I will select this, and then I will move on to my CSS rule. As you can see that all the CSS is being mentioned here. Now what's the name is railway. So I will be moving on to my railway, where my railway is. Okay, so this is my railway, and I will just copy it, and I'm going to add this inside my list. So add it inside my list, and I am going to add it inside my here also, and this too. Okay, so I am going to refresh my page, but you can see that the font family is not being changed as it was referred here. The same font family is not being applied. Why? Because we have not referred this style which was needed to be. So for that I will be just copying this. One second. um, okay, so I will be just copying this uh, style, and just I am going to be add in my uh, heading. Okay, one second. And I will be saving it, and now I am going to refresh my page. Okay, so you can see that now the font size, sorry, the font family of my text have changed as it was mentioned, as it was selected here. Now I want to increase the size of my portfolio and this too. So for that I will be using font size. Let's say, one second. Okay, so I will be using inline tag here because I feel that it is pretty easier for me to refer here, and I will be using style font size, let's say 30 pixel. Okay, I have selected and I will be just refreshing this page. So you can see that the font size of my portfolio and my logo have been changed. Now I want to add some space in each letter of this portfolio. So for that I will be using a new attribute named letter spacing, and the space that I will give is, let's say, 2 pixel, and I will just save it and move on to my website again. So you can see that a space of 2 pixel is applied in each letter of this logo. Fine. Okay, now what I'm going to do, now you can see that when I the time when I am moving now whenever I am moving my pointer to the link, I want to make a underline in each links. So for that I will be using this tag, that is I will be just copying this item, and I will just refer here that whenever I will hover this links, uh, underline will be mentioned, underline will be applied. So list style type, and that is, let's say, oh sorry, it should not be list, it should be anchor tag. And when I will hover this, then an underline will be applied. So I will just save it and move on to my website. Okay, so as you can see that whenever I am hovering this, an underline is being applied. Now moving back to my this section, now I want to increase the size of this and make a change. So for that, first of all I have to increase the size. Okay, so first of all, let's say I want to change the color of hello I am. So I will be referring to where my tag is. Yes, I will be referring here style. um, See, I am using inline styling because if I apply the same thing in index.css, I have to mention all my class name and inside that class that h1 tag. So it will be quite a difficult thing. So that's why I am mentioning here. The same thing will be applied. So nothing to worry about. You can do the same thing in index.css too. So h1 styles.css, and I will be applying here, let's say, text color. Let's say the color is what color I will apply, let's say this color. Okay, and let's say I am changing the font size, uh, that is 40 pixel. Okay, now apply it. Okay, so you can see that the color is changed, but the font size have not been changed because we have kept it inside our h1 tag, and h1 tag has its own font size. So whatever font size we will apply, it will not change. So for that I will be writing here paragraph tag, and inside the paragraph tag I am going to make a change. So color, and let's say the color size is, let's say, 50 pixel, and just remove it and just change it. Okay, so you can see that the size is being changed, but I want to make it bolder. So for that I will be writing here uh, uh, I will be writing here the bold tag, and just copy the same thing and paste it here. Okay, so I will be remove, and so you can see now it is bold enough. And now I want to change the size of my name. So for that I will be using the same thing. Let's say the size of my name is style, and the size is font size, and the size is around 30 pixel. Okay, so let's cover it. Okay, so now you can see that the size of my I've changed now, but I want to increase it more. So for that, I will be using, let's say, 40 pixel, and okay, the size has been changed. Now I want to change the style, the font style. So I will be using the same. I will be moving on to my Google Fonts so that I can change the style of my text. And let's say I am removing this. And what style shall I apply? Okay, let's say I am selecting this. Um, Rubik puddles, and I want to uh, um, sorry, I don't want to add this, it's looking too odd. uh, let's say I am moving on to my um, okay, let's say I'm selecting this Pacifico. Then I will have to select this style. Okay, so I have selected this. And now what's the name? Pacifico. So I will find where my Pacifico is being mentioned. Okay, it is being mentioned here. I will just copy this font family and I will just paste it. Where I will paste? Inside my hello I am section. So I will just paste this. Fine. And now I have to add this link. In the same way, since a new style has been added, so I have to update this link. So I will just copy this, and in the same way I have to paste uh, in the same way I have to paste this. Okay, so I will just uh, add this. Fine, and save it, and then move on to my page. Sorry, I will move on here. Okay, so you can see that the text have been changed. Now what can I do? I have to change the name, and for that I will be using another font. Let's say I have you um it's taking too much time to load. um, mm, okay, so oh wow, my name is mentioned here. Ocean script. So I will just select this script, and let's say um, I will just copy my script, my own name. Okay, so refer here, and then move on to my uh, page, and I am going to apply the same font in the same similar way as I applied before. And now my work is to update. So for update, I will just go here and copy this link. Okay, and now I will be moving on here and just paste this. um, okay, okay, fine. So I have changed the email. Sorry, I have changed the fonts of my name and also that thing. Now I want to add. So you can see that there is a huge gap between hello I am and Koshan and my name. So for that, okay, let's suppose I want to increase the size. Let's first increase the size of my font because it's not looking too good. So I want to increase the size. Let's say I'm setting it to 50 pixel. Fine. And now let me refresh this page. And so okay, Now I want to move this text to upward, so that since a huge gap between them is not looking good, so for that I will be using a attribute, that is position attribute. So for position attribute I will be referring here position relative, and the top is, and I want to shift it to the top, and the top, let it be minus 20 pixel. Okay, I'll be saving it and just refreshing my page. Okay, one second. um, okay, fine. And now I want to move it to left, so for that I will be referring here left, and left by 20 pixel, let's say. So move it by 20 pixel. Okay, so now you can see that it's pretty much looking beautiful than it was before. And now I want to change these tags. So for changing this tag I will first have to um, first change the style. So let's say I want to change the style. Okay, now I have, for a lot of time I am doing inline tag, so let's now continue with our previous way of doing the styling. So I will be moving on to my dot profile, and inside profile I will be moving on to my dot profile photo. Okay, no, sorry, not, it will be heading, dot heading. Okay, and inside heading it will be know me. Okay, and now I want to change the uh, paragraph. Okay, so how can I do that? So for that, okay, so it's better to mention here because I have to change a lot thing here. um, Okay, so let's continue with this. So you can see that there, I want to change this in paragraph tag. I want to change the style of the paragraph tag. But you can see that there are the three paragraph tags. So how can you mention the which paragraph tag you want to change? So for that we are using a new attribute, that is p, and then we are referring here nth child. So which says that which child, that inside this know me, inside the paragraph in there are three paragraph child. So which paragraph child you are mentioning? So I am mentioning the paragraph child 3, and I want to change the font size of this paragraph child to, let's say, 20 pixel, and I will just refresh my page. So you can see that the style have been changed, and it's and you have also learned a new way of referring to the content. Now I want to change the style, and I will be referring the same font family that I have mentioned here. Okay, and now I want to change the position, so I will be using position relative, and let's say top, it is going to be minus 30 pixel, and okay, fine. Let's say increase more, let's say 40 pixel, and now save it. And before that I have to change the font, the position of these two. So let's say the top is 50 pixel. Okay, fine. Now I have to refresh this. Okay, so you can see that it's looking better now, but okay, let's say I am going to change this to 100 pixel. Now I guess it will change. uh, no, I will have to set it to, let's say, 80 pixel. This is 70 pixel. Okay, so now you can see that it's looking quite better than it was before. And but one problem is that my space is too large between these two class. The space is too large, so I want to adjust my space. And now how can I do that? So for that I have to move on to my heading, and where I have written here justify content space between, I will mention here justify content space around. Okay, So let's refresh this page. Okay, so you can see that now the position is changed, and it's looking quite a lot beautiful than it was before. Okay,